Hi, I'm Shaul. Today I would like to talk about the atelier or workshop approach that we are all at the risk of suffering its consequences, especially in the beginning of our venture into photography. You see, photography is a peculiar art form. It's a combination of emotional expression by the photographer, but it is also a highly mechanical process that makes it easy to create those nice images. So apart from the artistic or storytelling aspect of the medium, there's a heavyweight part that is taken by craftsmanship. And in order to be able to create the photographs you want to take, you need to develop a certain proficiency in the techniques that would allow you to realize your intentions. The depth of field considerations, the exposure considerations, like the brightness of the photographs you take, the amount of grain in the photographs. So initially you need to understand how to operate the camera and the optics, and how those individual settings or a combination of all of them affect the look you might obtain in your photographs. The craft of photography is easy to understand after a while. And after you understand it and develop the required muscle memory to operate the camera and change those settings, you enter a phase of atelier, or exercising those settings in real-world scenarios. But that might be a phase in your photographic evolution that is difficult to come out of because of this notion that we have to be perfect, we have to be highly proficient in our craft to be able to do what we want to do proper work, to create photographs that are our own. This strive for perfection might hinder your evolution as an artist. Discipline can only take you so far. If you try to go beyond that point, it becomes a compulsion. It is quite toxic. You might feel that you are going nowhere with your photography. So you may start wondering, maybe it's not me. maybe it's not all the technique I've been exercising and learning. Maybe it's the gear. And this is when you start purchasing new, more capable, more expensive cameras and faster, higher resolving power optics that are not only expensive, but they tend to be too clinical, too flat for certain genres of photography. So too much concentration on the atelier work might really hurt your creativity, your personal expression. We all try to make expressive images that would be compelling, that would look proper in a way that would comply with the standards of image making we are all exposed to all the time. But perfection is maybe awe-inspiring. It is not inspiring in the artistic, humanistic, emotional way, like good, unique art is. We are all unique. Each of us have their own vision. We have our own values to look at. We can't help but employ when we are creating something. It's all very specific to us as individuals. And you can be confident that allowing yourself to create work that is personal will have this kind of consistency, of uniqueness that is a prerequisite to creating art, to be an artist, or at least a unique storyteller. We do not have to rely on the craft side of photography to achieve that. Of course, the technical considerations involved in making photographs are important, but they are secondary to what we want to say, to the content of our work. Camera technique is good for putting a subtext to our work, to emphasize some aspects of the work we do, like create a mood or an atmosphere or a cultural reference. For instance, adding grain to our photographs would give them a certain time frame or a certain atmosphere. Making the photos low-key or high-key will add a mood that might reflect your feeling when you took those photographs, and might engage the viewer emotionally in the work we do. Giving the photographs a color cast or removing all color from them would also have a strong effect on the emotion of the viewer. And it is truly helpful to use those techniques to draw attention to our photographs or to what we try to say through them. But they cannot replace your own personal vision as a human being. This is what really matters, and you should not forget this. So every time you try to make some personal serious work, you should maybe forget all those things. It's easy to say that, but after a while you become so dependent on those considerations. They become a true organic part of your photography. And you really need to actively unlearn all those techniques, all those numbers that are engraved in your brain in order to concentrate on what you are here for, what you are after, what you want to say, what you want to create, what you want the viewer to feel. So why not start by minimizing the information you are exposed to while creating photographs? Every camera has a settings where the viewfinder gives the minimum information required, i.e. only the image that comes through the lens. No numbers, no aperture values, no shutter speeds, no ISO settings, only the image. And that is a good start, because when you see only the image that comes through the lens, you can fully focus on the scene, on the relations between elements in the scene, and it is conductive to composition. If you have nothing else to distract you from the scene, your composition will be better. You will notice the distances. You will notice the background more, and start looking at the scene properly. It will also help you with timing the exposure to achieve what Henri Cartier-Bresson called the decisive moment, the timing where the relations in the scene have the most significance. Use manual focus whenever convenient, because that way, especially with combination with something like focus peaking, will allow you to concentrate on the scene more. When I take photographs, I always dread the situation of the camera selecting a wrong subject for focusing, and then I need to change the focus mode in the camera. It becomes really distracting. I miss the opportunity of taking the shot. And by manually focusing, using either a large depth of field or peaking that allows me to quickly see whether the subject is an appropriate focusing distance is really quicker and easier. And lastly, adopt the principle of imperfection. You know, in a good photograph, not everything has to be detailed. Not everything has to be clean and saturated and contrasty. Sometimes you can lose some detail through either overexposing or underexposing, just to use the appropriate key for your photographs, to let the viewer feel what you felt when you made it. You can lose some detail through motion blur, which has a strong emotional impact on the viewer. Let the viewer pay attention to the important part of the photograph. It's your responsibility as an artist to direct the viewer's eye, to help them understand what you meant, why you took the photograph. Trust your intuition when making significant personal work. You don't have to comply with all those rules. Once you learn how the camera works, you can relax. You can shoot in whatever way seems to match your feeling or emotions at the time of shooting. And don't shoot too often. Go out and shoot only when you have to. Usually it is triggered by a certain emotional status, either joy or more often it could be emotional distress. This is when you are likely to really do the most significant, impactful work, even if it's only to yourself. The best work I ever did was during times of emotional crisis, when I was really distressed, when I had to find an outlet for my emotional load. And this is also when my keeper rate was the highest. Now, don't expect those photographs to be liked. They usually don't, because they're very personal. But they will connect with some people, and you will be rewarded. You will feel much better after you've let out all this stress. On the other hand, do not feed your viewer with a spoon. Let them interpret your work. Let them discover it bit by bit, by maybe hiding some of the crucial elements in the photograph in an area of low contrast or a darker area, creating more complex work where not everything is visible at first glance, will enhance the viewer's experience. It will give them more satisfaction in looking at your photographs. And this is what we are after, aren't we? So thank you for watching, and see you again soon.